Hola, muy buenas a todos, chicos, chicas, señores, señoras. Bienvenidos a un nuevo vídeo para el canal de Genshin Impact. Esta vez con mi voz. Hacía tiempo que no subía un vídeo con mi voz, pero bueno, hoy he tenido un ratito y vamos a intentarlo. Aviso de que a lo mejor no podré estar todo el vídeo, a lo mejor solo puedo estar la mitad o un poquito, ¿vale? Pero bueno, vamos a intentarlo jugarlo entero, ¿vale? Para ir comentándolo, que creo que es la primera vez que comento algo. Voy a jugar la historia de Tignari, un personaje que apareció hace poquito, de hecho en esta actualización de Sumeru, y vamos a jugar su historia, para ver cómo es. Como siempre tenemos que hablar con Catherine. Casi todas las misiones legendarias empiezan con Catherine, tiran mucho de ella. Y a ver qué tal. A ver qué nos cuenta.
Traveler, you've come at a good time.
Wait, this sounds like another commission.
Siempre es un encargo.
It is as you say. The commission this time around is of high importance. It pertains to the safety of the Avidia Forest's inhabitants.
Huh? What happened?
Not long ago, we received word that a section of the Avidia Forest seems to have become
Contaminated? You mean a new withering zone?
Una cosa que quiero decir es que muchas veces veis que no sé si habréis visto los vídeos, pero salto los diálogos antes de que acabe la voz. Eso es porque a veces le doy sin querer o porque le he dado doble clic sin querer, pero no es porque no los esté leyendo. O sea, podría darle al automático, pero creo que es peor.
I don't know about the specifics, but I hear that strange things are happening to people who cross through that region.
Sí, esto de las zonas contaminadas lo vimos en la historia original, que básicamente Tignari nos dice que en el bosque hay zonas contaminadas y son plantas que como que marchitan a las demás.
The Avidia Forest inhabitants won't leave their homes so easily. If we allow this contaminated region to expand, the consequences could be unimaginable.
Y como siempre el que se tiene que encargar soy yo.
That's why I want to ask you
Bueno,
to
al final somos los
investigate the
protagonistas del
situation.
juego, ¿no? ¿Qué se va a hacer?
Even if all you can do is stop the contamination from spreading, that will still save many people.
This is forest business. Maybe Tignari will know something. Let's go find him.
Pues venga, en marcha. No han metido misión legendaria de Colei. O sea, han metido misión legendaria de Tignari, pero no de Colei. Venga. Vamos a dar con Tignari. No me gusta el diseño de Tignari, debo decirlo. No me gusta nada. El pelo que tiene parece su casco o algo así. Y que el pelo real está por dentro. Pero no, el pelo negro es su pelo. No me gusta el diseño, me parece feísimo. Me parece horrible. Y las orejas que tiene. Luego es una pasada porque el tío es un DPS espectacular, pero es feísimo, miradlo.
This is where you've been, Tignari? That's...
Shh. Keep your voice down.
Tignari, everything's spinning. Am I going to die? Tell Mom that I should have listened to her. And tell Suna that I'm sorry for breaking her toy. I didn't tell her because I was scared that she wouldn't play with me anymore. Tignari,
El niño se
I
contaminó por
heard
la zona
that people
oscura.
turn into birds after they die. Is that true? I feel like I'm getting lighter.
Solito de inglés al mundo, le he dado por culo, cabrón.
What happened? Tignari, is he?
Va a morir.
Okay, enough nonsense.
Este niño va a morir, lo
You
siento.
just have a small fever. Take your medication and rest. You'll be bouncing off the walls in no time.
Eso se lo está diciendo para no meterle presión, pero va a morir.
Really? Then can you keep the thing about the toy a secret for now?
No.
No can do. You're a big kid now. Once you've recovered, go and apologize. keeping secrets to yourself won't solve
Hay que ir
anything.
siempre con la verdad por delante. Si las mentiras al final solo retrasan lo inevitable
Oh,
y lo empeoran.
Hey, let me ask you something. I recall that you're usually pretty healthy. How did you get this sick all of a sudden?
I don't know either. Mom's been telling me not to play in the forest. I just wanted to look inside. It's different from before. I got lost and went around in a huge circle. After I got out, I started feeling dizzy.
Could it be?
Por supuesto.
So that's how this whole mess happened. Anyway, go rest. No running around until I say so, got it?
Espero que se me esté escuchando bien porque como no estoy acostumbrado a grabar con mi voz,
Traveler, Paimon, let's step out for now.
bueno, que se que esté escuchando bien el juego a mí.
Mr. Forest Watcher, how is my son?
Fatal, va a morir.
I gave him some antipyretics. Let him rest here for a while. I told him that he would feel better after some medicine and rest, but I only said
Lo
that to
sabía,
comfort him.
vamos.
His symptoms resemble a fever, but something else is causing them. They seem more akin to a disruption in his psyche. Antipyretics won't be of much use.
What do we do? Mr. Forest Watcher, you have to help him.
If memory serves, a plant called Vasanti grass can help soothe the mind. A small number grow in arid deserts. They usually look like shriveled weeds, but can be revitalized with a splash of water. They're expensive and unable to grow in the Avidya forest's climate, so I don't have any on hand. I'll ask the caravans. Go find Kale, have her prepare medicinal tools and a set of traveling gear for me.
All right. Thank you.
Yo el juego lo estoy escuchando muy mal.
Contaminated region, huh? Is that why you two are also here?
Yep. Is it a new withering zone?
Doesn't seem like one. Whether you look at scale, internal conditions, or resultant effects, they're completely different. The only thing they have in common is that they aren't welcome. This nuisance made itself home in the Avidya forest, so I can't turn a blind eye.
We feel the same way.
Yo opino igual.
All right. Let's contact the caravans first and purchase some Vasanti grass. We can also ask about the contaminated region. There's no time to waste. We have to move quickly. Let's go.
Pues venga. Esta misión ya la hicimos en modo historia, simplemente hay que matar a unas plantas. Espero que le metan más locos. Joder, eso toma por culo y punto. Debo decir que Sumero me está gustando mucho, ¿eh? La actualización de Sumero me está encantando. Me parece una región súper
Excuse
bonita.
me. I'd like to purchase some Vasanti grass. Do you have any?
I'm sorry, Mr. Forest Watcher, but we've been closed for the past few days.
Closed? Now that's odd. It's my first time hearing you say something like that.
It's a long story. Some of our goods were stolen recently. They were mechanical parts that we got from the academia. Although they're old models, they still fetch a good price on the market. Our caravans had to pull together Mora to afford those parts. Now that they've been lost, we'll likely come up short this trip. All the merchants talked it over, and we decided to raise the prices of our remaining inventory. Until this plan takes effect, none of us can privately sell anything.
I don't get it. If these goods are so important, then why not think of a way to get them back? Raising prices won't solve anything. At best, you're shoving the consequences of the robbery onto your customers.
Mr. Forest Watcher, it's not that we don't want to. It's just the thief disappeared into the deepest parts of the forest. We asked around, and apparently the forest has been very unusual as of late. Anyone who goes in experiences mental anomalies.
Espérate que se ha parado el programa de grabación, creo. No, dame un segundito, perdón. Pido disculpas. Ahí está. Disculpas, ¿eh?
We can't keep waiting out here for the thief to come out. All we could do is come up with another solution.
So the bandit hid in the contaminated region after stealing those mechanical parts. How many people were there in total? Were they not affected by the contaminated region?
That crook came from the contaminated region. As for how many, there weren't any people.
O sea, que no eran seres humanos.
No people?
Even if I tell you, you might not believe me. Oh, fine. The thief that stole our parts was a huge mechanical crab.
Joder. A este no es que le hayan robado, es que a este le han drogado.
What the heck? The Avidia forest has creatures like that?
Sí, yo tampoco he visto
To be
una guía
honest,
que hable de
I'd
cangrejos
rather not
mecánicos.
think about it. It moved
En el
too
manual de
skillfully to be
supervivencia
new
no
at
viene
this.
eso.
It came out of nowhere. Before we could react, it swiped our goods and ran away. We were all shocked. By the time we came to our senses, the thief was already long gone.
I see. If we help you retrieve your stolen goods, then business will return to normal?
Oh, but of course! Not only that, but you'll become one of our caravan's VIPs!
Toma.
On all future purchases of any...
Enough. Tell me something that's actually useful. Any leads on that mechanical crab?
Jo, qué feo, es que Tignari, tío, mira su pelo, es que... O sea, no es feo, el problema es su pelo, tío, que es que su pelo parece un gorro y que dentro tiene el pelo real, pero no, esto es su pelo, tío. Es que es feo.
Maybe one. After our goods were stolen, we specifically got someone to assess the situation. If you're interested, you can go and talk to them.
All right. We'll go and have a word.
Perfecto, pues a investigar. El primero.
After the goods were stolen, I made multiple inquiries with nearby caravans and residents. It turns out that many others have also been robbed by that crooked crab. However, the crab only seems to be interested in machinery. It doesn't even bat an eye at other valuables. A caravan carrying a large amount of Mora had an uneventful trip, but another caravan had a child whose metal toy was taken. Whatever the case, that thing is a scourge. We'll eventually think of a way to get rid of it.
Perfecto. Hablar con usted así como hablar con una piedra, no servir para nada.
That mechanical crab is fast, strong, and a pain to deal with. 10 of us might not even be able to take that thing head on. Didn't the Academia ban research on mechanical life forms years ago? Where did that thing come from? Our salaries even got slashed because of it. Who would have thought that that robber wasn't a human, but a mechanical crab? This is rough.
Otro que tampoco nos da nada útil. Y vamos a ver si suerte con el tercero.
I heard from the caravanners that there have been a lot of robberies lately, but we haven't been affected. We don't normally see the mechanical crab, and it doesn't disturb our daily lives. It only shows up when the caravans are here, and it runs back to the contaminated region after it's done making a mess.
You haven't tried capturing it?
We have, but it's too agile and fast. However, we did unexpectedly learn something the last time we tried to capture it. It apparently lives in the deepest part of the forest, so instead of immediately moving its spoils, it first hides them nearby. Once its stash grows large enough, it moves everything in one go. You'll have to move fast if you want those goods back.
Vale.
How are things? Did you make any progress?
We learned of its behaviors, but much
O
still
sea, sí,
remains
quiere
unclear.
metal y que solamente quiere metal. Está fabricando algo.
Assuming normal operational status, mechanical constructs generally act according to their given commands. If I were its owner, I'd command it to steal more valuable things. Or the Mora you made. That would be the most efficient method. But it only goes after mechanical components. This
Sí, sí
doesn't make
tiene
any
sentido,
sense.
porque quieren construir algo. Quieren construir un robot aún más grande. O más
Right.
robots.
It's really weird.
So, you all found a way to retrieve our goods?
No.
Do you have any more mechanical parts with you?
Yes, I still have a small bag of samples. They weren't taken since I keep them on me at all times.
Sí, pero
Oh, are you
si
planning
es una
to...
pequeña muestra, a lo mejor no está interesado, ¿no? Han dicho que solamente sale cuando vienen las caravanas. Es decir, quiere objetos grandes, no pequeñas muestras.
Under constant external conditions, organisms rarely initiate changes in their habits. Here's what we know so far. It has a mechanical composition, it lives in the contaminated region, and it comes out to steal mechanical components. If we have said components, we can lure it out, capture it, and then make observations for further conclusions. Well, chatting like this won't get us anywhere. We're only wasting time.
You're right. We don't have any other options right now. This bag of samples is all yours, Mr. Forest Watcher. If you can get our goods back, the caravans will reward you generously.
Espero
We
que
don't
sea
need
muy
anything in
generoso.
return, but I'll be keeping this bag. I may have other uses for it later. We'll also need to borrow a sumpter beast. Our act has to be convincing if we want the crab to fall for it.
Oh, yeah, no problem at all. If it means getting our things back, you can even borrow me to do whatever you need.
Pero bueno, señor.
I'll have to decline that offer. Anyway, we'll use the mechanical components and sumpter beast to pose as a transiting caravan and lure out the crab. Once it appears, capture it. I leave the timing to you.
Don't worry, we're professionals.
Somos profesionales. Acabé con un dragón, con una serpiente de agua y con la mismísima raid en Shoko. Hostia, ¿cómo yo estoy? Tengo que conseguir los oráculos estos de planta, tío. Es que me da una pereza. Y todavía no he investigado el mapa encima. Tío, nunca utilizo el abanico este para volar más rápido, tío. Lo tengo ahí haciendo para nada. Y es muy útil, ¿eh? O sea, te aumenta un montón la velocidad.
Looking at the trade routes and the contaminated region's current perimeter, the goods were likely stolen somewhere around here.
Then let's get to it. We'll definitely capture that criminal crab.
Okay, we'll start from here and have the sumpter beast with the components on board lead the way. This sumpter beast isn't familiar with us yet, so be calm and take your time with it.
Es tímido. ¿Podré montarlo?
The sumpter beast went ahead. Let's keep up with it.
Para poder manejarlo yo desde ahí arriba. Tengo que darle coño.
Why did it stop?
Dale de comer al animal de carga siempre.
Looks like it's loafing around.
Oye, pero va a una velocidad, tío, que a lo mejor...
The caravanners grew disheartened.
All right.
Ay, ay, dame turbo, dame turbo. Muévete, coño. Ya ve. Se ha movido literalmente 3 metros.
Did you hear something?
No. Un pelita.
Ah! Is that the mechanical crab the caravan was talking about? It's charging straight
Pero si
at
eso
us!
es enano, yo me esperaba algo gigantesco.
It looks strong. Be
Y
careful.
con pinzas. Ah, no me deja ni siquiera utilizar Tignari.
Gotcha.
Cuando se pone generoso, no hay que meter.
Whirling snow.
No dará mucha guerra. Sobre todo porque estos robots son muy defensivos, estos son muy defensivos. Como podéis ver, ni siquiera me ataca el tiempo.
My apologies.
Allá cae violado, creo que es mejor como el tipo.
Propagate.
Vale, no puedo evitar más vida hasta que cae. Joder, tío, qué decepción. atención, ¿eh? Yo me pensaba que iba a ser un robot gigante con pinzas.
Just try to escape this time, you naughty caravan robbing crab! Hey, playing dumb won't save you. Spill it! Why are you stealing so many mechanical parts?
No tiene pinta de
It
que hable
doesn't
ni
seem
español
capable
ni
of
inglés, ¿no?
comprehending complex questions. Keep an eye on it. I'll search around the area for the caravan's goods. I don't know why you're stealing mechanical parts, but they don't belong to you.
A lo mejor porque su
Stolen
familia
items
está
must be
muriendo.
returned to their rightful owners. Any objections?
Pero no nos entiende, ¿no?
You came from the depths of the contaminated region, right? How about you help us with something? If you take us there, I'll give you some mechanical parts as a reward.
Ojo, sí, sí, se entiende. No es tonto.
It reacted!
We can't be certain yet. Its excitement may be a simple programmed response upon seeing mechanical components.
Okay, so you want the crab to lead us into the contaminated region?
Así es.
That's right. The contaminated region has a large and currently expanding perimeter, so it would be difficult to conduct a thorough search. If we charge straight in, we'll get lost like headless pigeons. Also, our new friend here seems to be full of secrets. I've been studying this contaminated region recently, and I have a hypothesis of my own. So to be absolutely safe, it would be best to have a guide lead the way.
Paimon gets it now. Does this scuttler understand what you're saying?
Bueno,
It doesn't have to, as long as it isn't hostile towards us. I gave it some components that it will definitely take back to the contaminated region. So long as it doesn't attack us, we can simply follow along.
It seems to be really happy.
Listen to me. Wait for us here. No running off. We'll be back soon. If you're still here when we return, I'll give you another mechanical part as a reward. Understood?
supongo que sí.
I'm not sure, but our priorities are to retrieve the mechanical components and to purchase Vasanti grass to make medicine with. We should return, but before we do, we need to set up a few traps. Can't have that crab escaping.
Ok. O sea, vamos a dejar que el cangrejo nos guíe. De unos componentes mecánicos. Yo no me fío del cangrejo. Pero bueno, si Tignari dice que es seguro, habrá que hacerle caso al furro.
Oh! These are the mechanical parts that were stolen! You really got them back
De que
for
te
us!
sorprendes, Pimpinela, por supuesto. Yo nunca rompo mi palabra.
Thank you all so very much. I don't know how I can repay you. Wait, didn't you want to purchase Vasanti grass?
No las tienes.
Don't worry about the price. They're on the house.
bien.
How many do you need?
2 is enough.
No, that won't do. Here, I'll throw in some more.
Pero bueno.
No need. I've already
Sí,
received a reward from you.
sí, es necesario. Dámelos a mí.
Reward? You mean that bag of mechanical parts? They aren't worth much compared to this merchandise.
But those parts are very useful to me, just like the Vasanti grass. I retrieved the things you needed, and you gave me what I needed in return. We're even. Oh, and before we go, just a reminder, the forest has an intricate and biodiverse ecosystem. Even if there were no mechanical crabs, other dangers are still present. Take caution on this route.
Noted. Thank you all ever so much.
Let's return to the village. The earlier we can give the child medicine, the sooner he'll start feeling better.
El niño va a morir, Tignari, tío, no me mientas. Completo, no me jodas. No me jodas, chavales. Un personaje está actualmente en otra misión. No puedes unirte a la misión actual. No me jodas, chicos. Qué cagada. O sea, tendría que completar el evento. Joder, el evento lo tenía yo para otra cosa, chicos. A ver, voy a dejarlo aquí e intentaré continuarlo en otro momento. A lo mejor no con mi voz, pero bueno. Bueno, llevamos 25 minutos con mi voz, creo que es bastante bien. Bueno chicos, de noticias, al final sí puedo continuar con mi voz, ¿vale? Así que vamos a continuar con la historia. Ya he resuelto el tema del evento, porque hay un evento y claro, Colei, que es el personaje que supone que vamos a encontrar ahora, estaba en la misión del evento, por lo cual no me dejaba hacer esta, es la misión legendaria. Ya he hecho el evento, ya lo he grabado de hecho, es decir, lo tendréis en el canal. Y vamos a continuar con la misión.
Oh, hi there, Traveler and Paimon. Master, I prepared the pharmaceutical equipment. Do you need me to help grind the medicine?
No need. A precise dosage is required this time, so I'll do it myself.
Oh, okay.
But once I'm done, you can deliver the medication to the child. He gets a little nervous when I'm around for too long. I don't think he finds me very approachable.
Yo tampoco.
I'll go prepare the medication. Traveler, give me a hand.
O sea, prefieres que te ayude yo, que soy un inútil inexperto, que te ayude tu compañera. Yo me ofendería.
How is he? Doing any better? I feel like he's doing a lot better, and his temperature is returning to normal. That's wonderful! Oh yeah, he asked me to tell you that Suna came by earlier, and he told her everything about the toy. Suna didn't get mad, so he wanted to thank you. Can I ask what happened?
It's nothing. Did you prepare the traveling gear I asked you to?
Of course I did! Are you going somewhere far away?
Yes, we're going to the contaminated region. Judging by its size, we will likely have to stay overnight. I'm leaving everything to you while I'm gone.
Huh? But I can't even begin to compare to you.
Many things are learned by doing. And once they've been done, you'll realize they weren't as difficult as you once thought they were. Deal with problems as you yourself see fit. You don't have to emulate me.
That's right! You'll do great, Kale. Alright, then I'll do my best. Master, Traveler, Paimon, take care of yourselves.
You put too much confidence in me. Anyway, like you said, things will likely be uneventful. Let's return and find that crab.
Ese cangrejo de mierda. Si no me acuerdo mal, era un cangrejito de mierda y yo pensando que va a ser un cangrejo gigante. Tiene pinta de que en esta misión vamos a tener que descontaminar muchas zonas. Y debo decir que descontaminar me parece un coñazo. Porque tienes que ir golpeando con unos trocitos verdes a zonas oscuras y luego encima te sale un monstruo. Mientras que los monstruos pequeños también te golpean. No me parece la mejor mecánica. Me ha sido aquí, cabrón.
We're here. It should be... Huh? Where's the crab? Did it secretly scuttle away?
The traps weren't triggered, so it should still be here.
Mira que bajo.
You honored our agreement and waited here until we returned. As such, I'll hold up my end and give you another mechanical part. Keep it safe. I'm not giving you another one if you lose it. Glad you're satisfied. If you want more mechanical parts, take us deeper into the contaminated region. I want to see what happened there. What caused the Avidia forest to
Aún no
become
sabemos
like
por qué
this?
quiere las piezas mecánicas el robot, ¿no? Yo es que para vosotros han pasado 10 segundos, pero para mí han pasado días desde que no juego esto. Han pasado días, porque tengo la suerte de que he podido encontrar otro juego para grabar, pero he estado a punto de esto grabarlo sin mi voz.
So this is the contaminated region that everyone's been talking about. Oh, it definitely looks different from normal. It's like really creepy and suffocating.
Do you feel unwell at all? Good. It's as I predicted. Elemental power confers a degree of resistance against the contaminated region's influence.
How do you know that?
Me cago en la puta.
I haven't entered the contaminated region for a proper investigation, but I've conducted quite a few controlled experiments. My observations during our time here have all but confirmed my hypothesis. Look at these flowers. How are they different from normal?
Que son moradas.
This flower species is formally known as the Sumeru rose, but it is also known as the ley line lodestar. They're sensitive to ley lines and emit varying amounts of light in response. Excessive brightness indicates a dangerous level of ley line activity in the surrounding area. From the looks of things, the ley lines around here are already out of control.
Pues yo he visto miles de flores como estas y no pasa
You're
nada.
saying the contamination here is coming from ley lines?
I can't confirm that right now, but I think that is the case. Let's take another look around and see if we can discover more clues.
¿Me dejarán controlar a Tignari o me voy a tener que llevar la mierda? No, quiero la flor, quiero la flor.
Ta ta ta.
Rosa de
La, la,
Sumeru,
la. Woo.
es más morada.
You know, we haven't seen any animals this entire time. The birds used to chirp really loudly, and there were a lot of foxes.
This contaminated region currently appears to have a critical efflux of ley line energy, which is
Mira, Cangrejo se
probably
queda
the root
mirando.
cause of the patient's cognitive disturbances.
Es como la mascota de Tignari, ¿no?
Some animals have keen awareness. They sensed something abnormal in this area and fled.
Leaky ley lines sure can cause a lot of damage, huh?
Like how plants have preferred growth conditions, we also gradually habituate to our surrounding environment. Climate, temperature, humidity, intensity of ley line energies. When people live under fixed conditions, they reach a sort of homeostasis with their environment. This equilibrium is broken when the surrounding environment abruptly changes, causing
dando una
people's
clase de
bodies to
biología,
react
tío.
in abnormal ways.
Esta clase la puedes dar a Cole y a nosotros, tío.
Normal fluctuations in temperature occur, then our bodies automatically adjust. However, the average person cannot adapt to changes in ley line energy, and so they fall ill.
Then why are we okay?
I'm not sure why you are, but he and I are fine because our elemental capabilities allow us to adapt to this kind of change.
Tío, Paimon tiene pinta de que al final del juego Paimon
Of
va a
course,
ser
it's not a
el
good
jefe
idea to
final,
spend too
pero en
much
plan
time in
bestia,
areas with
¿sabes?
concentrated ley line energy. The only one who can freely traverse this place is probably the mechanical crab. That's about it for the investigation. Help me find an open space. I want to test something.
Venga, andando. Oh, qué bien viene a Jack cuando tienes que caminar por el agua, tío.
Environment, no wind. Target parameters, normal. Setup complete. Excellent. Looks like it's working.
What's this?
A purification device that I made. It can absorb excess ley line energy and temporarily stabilize an area.
What a neat thing! Let's set up more and cover the entire region!
I wouldn't mind if that would actually work. Unfortunately, once this contamination is present, it isn't something that a few purification devices can fix. The purification devices have their limits. At best, they can only prevent the contaminated region from expanding temporarily. If we want to permanently eradicate the contamination from the ley line effluence, we'll need to tackle the source. That's right.
Oye, la pregunta es, ¿cuándo voy a poder empezar a repartir hostias?
Huh?
Es que
The mechanical
Genshin Impact
crab
es un
is
juego
acting a
con
little strange.
mucho texto
Something's
y muy poca
approaching.
pelea.
So that's it. Now that the ley line energy has stabilized, the monsters that had left are starting to return. Get rid of them quickly. Don't let them get close to the purification device.
Es que hay misiones que te resultan un testaco, tío, que dices, tío, ¿a qué estoy jugando? Y ahora vamos a empezar con esto. A ver, ya estoy jugando con... ¿Qué tres hostias? Que tienen enemigos duros. Y quiero hacerlo con Tignari a poder ser. Mira, esos me valen. No, es su familia. Es su familia. Es la familia del cangrejito.
Help! Help!
My apologies.
Está escuchando el Ladrón porque en las últimas grabaciones que he visto, el Ladrón se escucha muchísimo. Fíjate que lo tiene lejísimo. El Ladrón lo tiene lejísimo del micrófono y se escucha.
Quietly now.
Embrace the ice.
El fin se la muestra. Pero sabes que no está diciendo del micro no se puede cantar. Dice que hace que...
Spare me! Please spare me!
Hey, are you okay?
Está drogado.
These injuries are superficial. Don't move, I'll patch you up.
Who are you all? What happened to those mechanical monsters?
¿Qué monstruos mecánicos? Este tío está
Don't
drogado.
worry, we took care of them.
Oh, good.
Ya hay otro.
It's a monster! Hurry, attack it!
How do we explain this? Krabby here isn't a bad guy. It heard you shouting for help and brought us here to rescue you.
It's faking it. It has to be. Maybe it's gonna partner up with the other mechanical monsters and kill me. Do you know what's inside the forest? It's all crawling with mechanical freaks. I just came here to pick herbs, but I accidentally went into the contaminated region and almost died. I gotta get out of here. Yes. Yes. I have to escape. Be careful. These mechanical life forms are up to no good. It'd be best if you stayed far, far away from them. No wonder the Academia wanted to completely ban the existence of mechanical life forms. Those things should be annihilated!
Are you okay?
His inarticulate speech and bodily tremors indicate psyche disruption. He's been inside the contaminated region for too long. We've purified the ley line energy over there. Follow this path out and you'll soon see the village. At that point, someone will bring him to Kale for help. I already prepared medication that will return him to normal. So you think you did a good job and want a part as your reward?
Menudo cabrón. No ha hecho nada y quiere recompensa encima.
It's so hard to understand.
Alright, regardless of what you're thinking, you did some real good this time. That's why I'll give you another mechanical part.
Claro, es que
Need
acabo
any
de
help
matar a
with
su
it?
familia. Me acabo de cargar a sus hermanos.
Guess not. Well, make sure to hang on to it. What was going through your owner's mind when he made you, I wonder? You're like a giant mechanical crab on the outside and a fluffy little hamster on the inside. And also, how do you feel about that person saying that you're as evil as the other mechanical life forms?
Eso tiene un nombre, se llama racismo.
Okay, it definitely doesn't understand you.
It seems like it possesses limited understanding only towards matters related to mechanical components. Help others to get parts. That's probably its thought process. As for why it, or rather its owner, is collecting so many components, I'm not sure. It's getting late, so let's set up camp for the night. We'll explore further tomorrow, after a night's rest.